Thy peace, O Lord, a boon within to keep amid the roar and ruin of wild time for the magnificent soul of earth, of man and earth. We don't know we have a magnificent soul. Thy calm, O Lord, that bears the hands of joy. Thy oneness, Lord, in many approaching hearts, my sweet infinity of thy numberless souls. Thy energy, Lord, to seize on woman and man, to take all things and creatures in their grief and gather them into a mother's arm. That is the embrace. Thy embrace, which rend the living knot of pain, the joy, O Lord, in which all creatures breathe, the magic flowing waters of deep love, the sweetness, thy sweetness give to me for earth and men. I don't want it for myself, but you have to give it to me for earth and men. This is her prayer. Now this is the turning moment in the entire history of evolution. A decisive forward step towards a higher manifestation is taken at this particular moment by Savitri. The history is totally different now from this point onward, you see. Now, this is of course young Savitri who is telling such great things to the Supreme Himself. To the Supreme Himself. When has she done all this sadhana? When has she realized the importance of such a prayer that it is on it the entire future of evolution is going to get hinged? This girl, hardly 20 years old, she already had that knowledge and that understanding of things, and she is demanding for this. But then we are given a little clue. Someone within her, that someone who has been living to the entire course of evolution, in fact, who has been kind of shaping all the movements of evolution. It is someone who is coming forward. Now, the greatness of this girl is that she has totally identified herself with that someone within her. That someone has fully come out. In fact, that is the entire merit of Savitri's yoga. Savitri's yoga is for what? That someone who is there within, you know him first, be one with him, and everything will be taken care of then from that point onward. So, there's someone we are trying to see in the context of Mother's prayers and meditations. Mother, 1914, you see, hardly in her 30s, the choice is already made by her at such an early stage of her sadhana. The foundation for the choice was, of course, prepared in the particular birth. By developing all the occult faculties within herself. Her association with Him, mother's association with Him, corresponds more or less to the same period. It is on that foundation, suddenly this thing has burst out, has opened out, has flowered, has blossomed. Prayers and meditation. This is an early stage in the 30s, you see. And what does she say? In the silence of the night, thy peace reign over all things. In the silence of my heart, thy peace reigns always. And when these two silences were united, you see, thy peace was so powerful that no disturbance of any kind could resist it. See, she was offered, thy peace, Lord. Thy peace, Lord. That is the peace. She already has that in her. In 112, like a flame that burns in silence, like a perfume that rises straight upward without wavering. My love goes to thee. And like a child who does not reason and has no care, I trust myself to thee that thy will may be done. This is at the age of 34. That thy light may manifest, thy peace radiate, thy love cover the world. Cover the world, thy love cover the world. She wants it for the world. I await that blessed hour without impatience of any kind. Thy peace is in me, and in that peace I see thee alone, present in everything, with the calm of eternity. O Lord, thou hast given me thy power, that peace and joy may reign over the world. Peace, power, joy. The three boons of oneness, over the world because of oneness. And this being is now only an embrace of peace enveloping the whole earth, an ocean of joy breaking over all things. O you who are full of hatred, rancor shall be effaced from your hearts as the sea effaces an imprint upon the sands. O Lord, sweet Master of love, thou who bringest us out of the darkness to awaken the consciousness, who deliverest us from suffering to make us commune with thy eternal peace. Every morning my aspiration soars ardently towards thee, that thy sovereign law, and let themselves be definitively transformed by it, by the sovereign law. What has to be will be. What has to be done will be done. What has to be will be. Well, this is already established in her because someone within her is opening out, and someone within her is now opening out to the Supreme, who is present in front of her as the incarnate. June 1914, the mother was already in the ashram, Vishyavendu, at that time. So when she is opening out in the presence of the Supreme, all this glorious thing. What a calm assurance Thou hast put into my being, O Lord. Who or what will manifest Thee? Who can see it? In all things that strive towards a new, ever higher, completer expression, Thou art present. A higher, completer expression. She's already visualizing that thing. O Divine Master, that which has to be will be, and it will perhaps be very different from what all expect. Each time that a heart lives with the touch of Thy divine breath, a little more beauty seems to be born upon the earth. The air is embalmed with a sweet perfume, all becomes more friendly, etc. Thou hast heaped Thy favors upon me. Thou hast heaped Thy favors upon me. What are the favors? Peace, oneness, energy, power, and joy. These are the favors. They have been heaped upon her. All these blessed hours, all earth sings the hymn of gladness. See again, the emphasis on earth, 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 on earth. Tell me, will Thou grant me the marvelous power to give birth to this dawn in expectant hearts? She wanted power for what purpose? Yeah. To awaken the consciousness of men to Thy sublime presence. What loftiness! Whatever she wants is for awaken the consciousness of men to Thy sublime presence. O Lord, never have I implored Thee in vain. For that which speaks to Thee is Thyself in me. That is someone. Someone within. Who is a someone? That which speaks to Thee in Thyself in me. It is actually you who are within me who is speaking to you. Then again in 1914 itself she says, Thou art the sovereign power of transformation. So when he is granting the boon, he is actually granting the power of transformation. Why should Thou not act on all who are brought into contact with Thee through our mediation? Our mediation. Our. Seven and Mother. To the Supreme Lord. We lack faith in Thy. Well, I don't know. This I don't know. We lack faith in. we call. Shivandu doesn't lack faith in. We lack faith in Thy power. Always we think that men should in their conscious thought want this integral transformation for it to come to about. We forget that it is Thou who wills in them and that Thou can. So this she is identifying with everybody and in that context she says we doubt the power, O Lord, and thus become bad intermediaries for it and wield the power. In each one of the domains of the being, the consciousness must be awakened to the perfect existence, knowledge and bliss. These three worlds, or modes of divine, are found in the physical reality as well as in the states of force and light and those of personality. See, this is the realization of consciousness, perfect existence, knowledge and bliss. Existence, knowledge and bliss in the physical reality. Oh, give to everyone, Lord, the boon of that incomparable bliss. This is what Savitri is asking. Just at the moment when I was feeling the imperious need of resuming these notes, she was writing these things, prayers and meditations. It has settled in as something definitive, and all the outer activity which apparently continues as usual has become mechanical, like a marvelously articulated and animated toy moving with the consciousness from the height of its seat, which, though no longer individual, is still universal. No longer individual is still universal. That is, which is not yet completely merged in thyself, not yet completely merged in thy oneness. That is the thing. She cannot merge herself without losing her individuality. Even in that oneness, if she merges, she maintains her individuality, her uniqueness. That is the greatness of Savitri. That is the distinctness of Savitri. See. This is a very great statement in 1914. All the laws of individual manifestation have become clear to me. Now I understand what I am here for. You see. Because I have not totally lost myself into that thing. I kind of maintained my uniqueness, my distinctness in that oneness. So I understand what I am supposed to do here. So you see, this is the tremendous thing what we have got here. Peace, power, oneness, joy. And then after that, prayer of Savitri. Then after silence, a still, blissful cry began, such as arose from the infinite when the first whisperings. See, now you can understand why the first whisperings of the delight in the context of the whole thing, you see. Imagine it is deep, the joy to see, the passion to discover. I don't know, I mean, of course, our logical mind would say that the poet has written all these things on the basis of what is there in the prayers and meditations. You see? Yeah. As if he has put those prayers and meditations in a poetic form. That's the identity of experience, the identity of realization, identity of knowledge which is there. Thy passion, the passion to discover the enamored love which rhymed chanting word. Oh, beautiful body of the incarnate word, thy thoughts are mine, I have spoken with thy voice. Now again, you see, I mean, there is so much beautiful body of the incarnate word. He doesn't simply say, oh, beautiful incarnate word, etc., etc. Body of the incarnate word, the physical, the concreteness, the definiteness, you see, firmness. Incarnate word, that is the attribute of Savitri. She is incarnation. Word, as I have been telling you, stands for Brahma, the creator word, the power of expression himself, you see. So she is the incarnation of the creative power herself here. In the physical form, body. And then, thy thoughts are mine, I have spoken with thy voice. Now this man is making a contradiction. First he tells, look, forget about all these things. Thy thoughts are mine, Now that is a little puzzle, you see. I have spoken with thy voice. Yes, I have been telling you something else earlier, but I was keeping something back in my mind. It is that which was there back in my mind, it is that which you have spoken. And therefore, I accept what you are requesting, praying for. Why did he keep it back in his mind and say something which was not there really in his mind? Forget about the whole thing, come back here. Why did he say that thing at all? Because what he is going to give, he is not going to impose upon anyone. He is not going to impose upon anyone. He will grant it, but he will not impose it. You have to ask for it. You have to ask for it. Then it will be granted. So in a certain sense, he was kind of urging Savitri to demand this boon. Only when she demands it, then it will be granted. He is not simply going to give it to her. All that long dialogue, etc., is that she has to ask for that, for earth and man. Then only be given. That is why he was holding it back. The divine can guide you. The divine does not drive you. He will not drive you. He will guide you. Because you have to drive yourself. All the help is there. You have to walk. You have to walk. He will guide you, he will give you all kind of support, whatever is required for that. But then finally, you have to make your own effort. That is what we are here. Savitri has to ask. The divine wants a higher manifestation here, of course, but he is not going to impose upon you. It has to come out as a kind of an expression of your urge. Oh, beautiful body of the incarnate word. Therefore, word, expression, it is in that context again. My will is thine. What thou hast chosen, I choose. So now the reverse is there. See?